Hi everybody, this is Dale from Sarah's Kids, and my friend Janet, Nana JL54, wanted me to do this video. And what it is a project that you do, and it's a never-ending fold. And here's a small one. You open it up like this, and there are two squares and the border, and then you open each of the squares up, and you get two more different squares and more border, and then you open those up and you get two squares and borders again, and then you flip these up and you're back to where you were in the beginning, and it goes on and on and on. And I'm going to show you how you can use this in a scrapbook page. The first thing you need are two pieces of coordinating or whatever double-sided scrapbook paper, and I have a diagonal stripe and a plain, and just a regular stripe and another plain, and they kind of coordinate. The colors are the same, and they're cut. This paper was cut into 8 by 8 inch squares. So the first thing you have to do is cut these 8-inch squares in half. So that would be, you're going to cut one cut down the middle at 4 inches. And so here we go. So we have 4 pieces cut at 4 inches. And the next thing you have to do is score each of these 4 pieces at the 2-inch and 6-inch marks on the long way of the paper. And so I have my Martha Stewart scorer here, and I'll just do 1, and then I'll stop the camera and do more. So there's 1 at 2 and 1 at 6. So you have this large square in the middle that's 4 by 4. The next thing you want to do is make sure that your paper is scored both ways. So I run my bone folder along both creases on one way, and then flip it and do the same crease on the other side. And I've already done those for the other 3 pieces, so this is the last one. And you want to match up your paper with these stripes. It makes it easy. So you want to set one paper down with the cut line going horizontally, and the other paper you want to match up going vertically, like this. And then you want to take your glue, or some sort, I think glue works best. You can use other things, but the glue works best. And you want to glue just the corners. So I have this 3-in-1 glue that I always use for stuff. And you're going to glue those down. And I like this because you can move it. So if you're not straight, like I'm not there, you can get that lined up there. And now you want to move, you want to glue the bottom corners. If the glue would come out, I'd be in better shape here. There we go. And then you want that glue to dry before you try and move anything. So I'll come back in a minute. Now that I'm pretty sure the glue is dry, this is how it opens. You flip these side panels up and you get this. And you want to score these creases again so they're really nice. They lie nice and flat. And then the next one, you flip the squares up. And the last one, and you're back to where you began. You can make this never-ending fold in many sizes. This one was 8 by 8. This one was 4 by 4. I use those sizes because the math is easier to figure out where the scoring goes. When you cut the square in half, you want to score at half of the quarter. So if it's a 4-inch square, you're going to cut at 2 and score at 1 and 3. If it's an 8-inch square, you want to cut at 4 and score at 2 and 6. If you're good at math and you want to figure out any other size, you can make it any size you want to. Okay, so what do you use this for? Well, I made one earlier, and I put these pictures of my grandchildren on this. This is my lovely daughter-in-law and my granddaughter Emily and my granddaughter Isabella. And then when you flip this open, you see my son and his family and his 3 children. And this is my granddaughter Sarah. And then when you flip this up again, you see Tyler and 2 pictures of Tyler. And finally, you see the twins, Sarah and Tyler. And I thought this bird, because there are 2 of them alike too, so I thought that was funny. But anyway, I made a scrapbook page for this. And what I did was take the sheet, the piece of paper that I cut from this, cutting out the square, and I made a pocket here. I used a Martha Stewart border punch to do this fancy design, and then I glued that on, and I put this flower that my granddaughters made for their hair, but it looks good on the scrapbook page. And then you can just slip this in, and so you get 8 pictures, 2, 4, 6, 8 on one sheet. And it doesn't look cluttered, and it's kind of fun, and it makes an interactive page. You could put a title down here, or you could do some journaling here and here, and it makes a very pretty scrapbook page. So I hope you have fun with it. It's a never-ending fold.